So here you see a block diagram of a grid failure alarm circuit. By the help of this circuit, we can identify if the grid is there or not, or if there is a power failure. So the alarm will beep whenever it happens, and you can see some indication lights also on as I have connected LED at the output. So how this setup is working? First of all, grid our 220 volt 3.3 volt DC converter is connected to the grid, and the output of this converter is connected to the ESP32 GPIO pins. In ESP32 there are some lines of code written on it, and what is ESP32 is doing is, like, whenever there is a no input from the grid, it will alarm and show indication on the LED, and whenever the grid comes back, it will alarm and show the other indication on the LED. The ESP32 power, like the power supply of the ESP32 is always connected to the hybrid inverter. So I have made this whole setup in order to install it on a solar system or a battery backup system, in order to save some battery whenever there is a grid failure, or in order to increase the battery life. So by the help of decreasing the load, if it is not necessary switching off some lights or unnecessary load which is connected to the battery. So the main reason of making this circuit is this. Okay, so here is the circuit diagram and here is the circuit. So I have, for the video, I have taken out the circuit from the box, and in the end it will be inside this box, and this box will be mounted in somewhere on the wall to be the safe side, because right now everything is open. So here what you see is ESP32. This is the 220 volt to 3.3 volt DC converter, and some transistors to drive these LEDs and the beeper. So I have used a 12 volt LED in order to because these are bright ones and we can see it from a distance. And here I have connected to the same supply, but in the real world this is a 220 volt to 12 volt DC adapter. It will be connected to the output of the inverter, and this white plug, this will be connected to the grid. So whenever the grid is off, this will beep and show the indication on the LED, and whenever the grid come back, it will again beep and show the indication on the LED. So here, in order to simulate grid on or off, I have this switch. By the help of this switch I can do this. So as you can see right now, the grid is on, the LED, this LED is also on, and but this LED you will not see. This green LED we will see on the box, and the other one is red LED. So whenever the grid is on, the green LED will be on, and I will switch off the grid now. So right now, as you see, is whenever the grid goes off, this LED will be off, the red LED will lit up, and the beeper beeps for 2 times. So here we can cut down so right now the inverter is on battery backup, and then we can cut down the load if it is not necessary to run, in order to save some battery life. And whenever the grid comes back, it beeps for one time, and the green LED will be on. So you will find the circuit diagram and the code in the description. Thanks.